My beloved child. I have seen you. I've seen your faith shine like a beacon in the fog of uncertainty. While others wander, forgetting to seek my presence, you come back to me, day after day, not for show, not to impress anyone, but simply because your soul longs to be near me. And oh, how that moves my heart. You come humbly. You come honestly. You lay your dreams in my hands, and you admit your need for me. And because of that, I want you to know, none of it is in vain. Every whispered prayer, every tear shed in silence, every moment you've clung to my word even when the world offered easier paths, I see it. I treasure it. And I am about to turn it into something beautiful. Your devotion is not forgotten. Your faith will bear fruit, not only in ways you can see, but in ways beyond what your heart has dared to hope. I'm working in your family, in your workplace, in the quiet corners of your life you thought no one noticed. I am orchestrating wonders. Yes, wonders. You may think no one notices your kindness, but I do. I see the humility in your heart, the way you hope others could know me like you do. And that hope, that quiet faith, that changes more than you know. You don't need to shout the gospel. Just live it. Let them see how your life is shaped by trust, how your peace doesn't come from circumstances but from my presence. Let them wonder where your joy comes from. Let them see that when storms come, you're not shaken, because you're held. You are becoming a living testimony of grace. And child, as your faith flourishes, so will your strength. But with this new strength, new blessings, and greater favor, come new responsibilities. I'm calling you to stand where others can see, not to be worshipped, but to be a light. They will see me in you. They will see that I bless those who trust me, not because they're perfect, but because they're surrendered. They will see that you no longer let fear dictate your choices. They will wonder why your heart remains calm when the world feels like it's falling apart. And the answer is simple, because you know me. Because you have placed your life, every detail of it, in my hands. And my hands, child, are stronger than your fears. My faithful one. Because you have chosen to walk with me, even when the road felt lonely. I am unlocking doors that others pass by. I see how the world around you is heavy with fear, filled with voices that scream, there's no way out. But you have held your peace. You've held your ground. Not because it was easy, but because you've learned something many still don't understand. You're not the one holding your life together. I am. This is what sets you apart. You no longer let anxiety steal your mornings or let doubt anchor your evenings. You've chosen to believe, again and again, that I have a plan. And that choice, it makes room for miracles. The world sees chaos. You see my hand. The world counts losses. You count blessings. Others are weighed down by fear, but you walk forward with quiet confidence, knowing I go before you. This is how transformation begins, not with noise, but with trust. And I want to tell you something sacred, for you, the heavens are opening. A downpour of favor is coming, not because you begged for it, but because you believed. You waited in faith. You didn't run ahead or try to make it happen on your own. Instead, you stayed close to me, listening, waiting, trusting. And now, the harvest begins. One opportunity after another is coming, not rushed, not random, but perfectly timed. You won't have to strive or compete. I will bring it to your doorstep. You will know it's from me because it will be wrapped in peace, not pressure. But let me remind you of this. Many reject what I offer because they feel unworthy. They let their past whisper lies, convincing them that my gifts must be earned. But not you. You know my heart. You know I love to restore, to heal, to rebuild what others thought was ruined. And because of this, I will entrust you with more. You have been faithful with little. Now I am making you steward over much. But do not fear the responsibility. I will equip you for every new challenge. My wisdom will go with you. My spirit will be your guide. Where others see risk, you will see opportunity to glorify me. You are not stepping into this new season alone. We walk into it together. So prepare your heart, not with fear, but with expectancy. I am not a God of empty promises. What I began in you, I will bring to completion. There is more to come, more healing, more restoration, more purpose. Let your soul rejoice. What once seemed far is now near. This is just the beginning. Beloved one. You've often wondered, was it all for nothing? The heartbreak, the rejection, the nights I cried alone, what was the purpose? Let me answer you clearly, nothing you've walked through has been in vain. Every silent struggle, every season where it felt like your prayers hit the ceiling, those moments did not go unseen. I was there. And not one tear fell without meaning. In my hands, what hurt you will never be wasted. You see wounds. I see seeds. I have been nurturing something beneath the surface, something that pain tried to bury, but grace is now resurrecting. You may not realize it yet, but strength has been growing in the very places where you once felt weakest. I've seen your heart ache over things that never turned out as you hoped. Dreams delayed. People who didn't stay. Doors that shut with no explanation. But child, those endings were never a punishment, they were preparation. You weren't being ignored. You were being preserved. You've outgrown certain environments, certain relationships, even certain mindsets. And while the process of release was painful, it was necessary. Because I'm making room, for joy, for peace, for purpose too big to be carried in yesterday's container. I know it hasn't been easy. Healing never is. But I'm not asking you to pretend you're fine. I'm asking you to let me carry what's still too heavy. Let me reach into the places you've tried to forget. The ones you've hidden even from yourself. I'm not afraid of your mess. I'm not disappointed by your struggle. I'm the God who restores. And I want you to see what I see when I look at you, not someone who's broken, but someone being rebuilt. A life that reflects my glory, not despite the pain, but because of how I've redeemed it. Your past may explain your scars, but it doesn't define your destiny. I do. That bitterness you've been battling, I'm turning it into wisdom. That disappointment you've carried, it's becoming the foundation for compassion and empathy, so that when others are hurting, you'll know exactly how to lead them to me. You are not just healing for yourself. You're healing to bring healing. Your story will be a bridge for others to walk into freedom. So breathe deep. The worst is behind you. What's ahead is filled with purpose and promise. You've mourned what was lost, now prepare to receive what is being restored. My cherished child. What you've done in secret, I have seen. Those moments no one applauded, when you got on your knees in the stillness, when you whispered my name before anyone else awoke, when you chose peace over retaliation and grace over bitterness, I saw them all. And I want you to know, those are the moments that shape eternity. The world may praise what is seen, but I reward what is done in the quiet. You've made room for me, not out of obligation, but because your soul longed for something more than surface answers. You've let my presence become your sanctuary, your hiding place, your place of renewal. And because of this, I have been building something within you, layer by layer, truth by truth. Every time you've opened your heart to me, even when words failed, I was there. I've been speaking to your spirit, strengthening your foundation, and anchoring your soul in peace that defies logic. And now, the roots are deep. Even when winds blow, you will not be shaken. Because your strength is not built on circumstances. It's built on me. Others may look at your life and only see the surface, but I see the depth. They may not understand your resilience, but I do. I've been pouring it into you all along. Your consistency, your discipline, your devotion, it has not gone unnoticed in heaven. In the hidden place, you found something most miss, intimacy with your Creator. And from this intimacy flows authority. Because you've been faithful in the quiet, I am positioning you for influence. Not the kind the world chases, but the kind that brings peace into chaos. Healing into heartbreak. Light into the darkest corners of people's lives. You are being raised up, not as a performer, but as a vessel. A vessel filled with hope. A voice of calm in the storm. A carrier of my presence wherever you go. This is why the enemy tried so hard to distract you, to convince you that quiet seasons were wasted seasons. But now you know the truth. In the waiting, I was working. In the silence, I was speaking. And in every quiet surrender, you became stronger. So don't rush to be seen. Don't crave the spotlight. Let me continue to shape you in the sacred, hidden places. Because what I am preparing you for is bigger than any platform, it's eternal. Let your confidence rise, not in yourself, but in the one who knows your name and walks every step beside you. Precious one. You've stayed with me in the stillness, now let me walk with you into movement. There's a time to wait, and there's a time to walk. You've waited well. Now, I am calling you forward. Not into chaos, not into striving, but into clarity. With every yes you've offered me, no matter how small, you've drawn closer to my purpose. And I want you to know, your obedience is creating a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can see. You may not always hear thunder from heaven when you choose to forgive, or feel fire when you give with compassion. But in my kingdom, these quiet decisions echo with power. Each step you take in faith is building a road of miracles. You once feared making the wrong move. You hesitated, unsure which path to choose. But I want to assure you today, when your heart is surrendered, I will make your steps firm. Even if you stumble, I will steady you. You don't need to see the whole map. You just need to follow my voice. I will illuminate one step at a time. And with every step, your vision will sharpen. What once felt confusing will begin to make sense. What once looked closed will swing open in due time. Let me remind you, my guidance doesn't always come with flashing signs or loud commands. Sometimes, it comes through peace. Through nudges. Through redirection that feels like delay, but is actually protection. So if I close a door, don't force it. If I whisper, wait, don't push past it. When you seek me, I will answer. When you honor my timing, you'll arrive exactly where you're meant to be. Child, my spirit walks beside you, not just to keep you from falling, but to teach you how to rise in confidence. This next season will require courage, yes, but not the kind the world demands. I'm not asking you to perform. I'm asking you to trust. Trust that I know where we're going. Trust that every detour has purpose. Trust that you are not late. There is no wasted time when you walk with me. So release the pressure to figure everything out right now. I am not sending you forward without direction, I'm sending you forward with me. Step by step, word by word, I am guiding you. And where I lead, I provide. Where I call you, I cover you. Where you walk with me, provision will meet you. My child. As you take each step with me, remember this truth: you were never designed to carry the weight of life by yourself. From the very beginning, I intended to walk this journey with you, not ahead, not behind, but beside you. In your victories, I celebrate. In your tears, I draw near. In your quiet struggles, I am your strength. You've tried to be strong for everyone else, haven't you? Carrying the expectations, the disappointments, the hopes of others, all while keeping a brave face. But deep inside, you've longed for someone to simply say, you don't have to do this alone. So let me say it now, I am here. Not just as a distant source of help, but as your constant companion. The one who fights for you when you're too tired to lift your hands. The one who holds you when no one else knows you're breaking inside. You see, my strength doesn't just meet you in battle, it lifts you above the battle. When fear rises, I am your courage. When doubt creeps in, I am your anchor. When you feel unseen, unheard, or unworthy, my love shouts louder than the silence. I know you faced storms that shook everything. But even then, you stood. Maybe trembling, maybe unsure, but still standing. And that matters more than you know. Why? Because your endurance isn't rooted in your ability, it's rooted in my presence. I'm not calling you to win in your own might. I'm calling you to rest in my power, the power that raised Christ from the grave, the power that still heals, restores, redeems, and resurrects. That power is alive in you. Don't underestimate what's happening within you just because it's invisible to others. While the world chases instant results, I'm cultivating something eternal. And now, the time is drawing near. What once overwhelmed you will no longer have authority over you. That fear. It will bow. That shame. It will lift. That heaviness. It will break in my name. You will rise, not in pride, but in purpose. You will walk boldly, not because the path is easy, but because you finally understand who walks with you. There is victory ahead, not earned by striving, but received by faith. Let my grace carry you into the places I've prepared. Let my voice be louder than the doubt, louder than the past, louder than the voices that said you couldn't. You can. You will. Because I am with you. So take this to heart, you are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not disqualified. You are mine, chosen, called, deeply loved. The journey continues, and your story is not over. This is a new beginning, filled with peace, marked by purpose, and powered by my Spirit. Now rise, not just in body, but in soul. Because your time is now. And I will never, ever let go.